Welcome to this video lecture on Huffman encoding by J. Janita Jabaneza, Associate Professor, Panimala Engineering College. Huffman encoding. It's a source coding method used to encode messages at the transmitter, and it generates variable length code and it gives lowest possible value of average code word length, and it is mainly used for data compression, and it is used when the probability of the source is known, and it provides maximum efficiency. Hence it is also known as optimum code or minimum redundancy code. Let us see the algorithm of Huffman encoding. The first step states arrange the messages or symbols in the descending order of their probabilities, followed by the last two probabilities are assigned a binary 0 and binary 1, and then the probabilities are added in the first stage. Then the sum of the probabilities in the first stage is placed in the second stage such that the probabilities are in the descending order. Now, the last two probabilities in the second stage are assigned a binary 0 and binary 1, and then the probabilities are added in the second stage. Now, the sum of the probabilities in the second stage is placed in the third stage such that the probabilities are in the descending order. And this procedure is repeated till no further repetition is required. We can obtain the binary digits by tracing the path for a single message, and from the binary digits the code word is obtained by reversing the LSB to MSB of the traced path. Finally, we can calculate the efficiency. So with the help of a problem, we can see how to apply Huffman encoding. The problem is apply Huffman encoding for the given messages with their probabilities and calculate its efficiency. The messages are x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6 and x7 with the probabilities 0.4, 0.2, 0.12, 0.08, 0.08, 0.08 and 0.04. The first step states arrange the probabilities in the descending order. So I have just arranged the messages along with the probabilities in the descending order. Then assign a binary 0 and binary 1 for the last two probabilities, and then add the last two probabilities. So once I add, it is 0.12. Now this new probability along with the other probabilities are placed in the descending order in stage 2. So I'll just get 0.4, 0.2, 0.12, the new added probability 0.12, 0.08 and 0.08. Again repeat the procedure. Last two probabilities are assigned a binary 0 and binary 1, and then the probabilities are added. Once I add 0.08 and 0.08, it is 0.16. Now this new probability is placed in the descending order in stage 3. So I have 0.04, 0.2, the added probability 0.16, 0.12, 0.12. Again repeat the procedure. The last two probabilities are assigned a 0 and 1, and the last two probabilities are added. So I'll get the value as 0.24. Again place the probabilities in descending order. So I have 0.4, 0.24, 0.2, 0.16. Again consider the last two probabilities. Assign a binary 0 and binary 1. Add these two probabilities. So I get 0.36. Arrange the probabilities in descending order. So I have 0.4, 0.36, 0.24. Consider the last two probabilities. that is 0.36 and 0.24, assign a binary 0 and binary 1 and add these two probabilities. So we get that as 0.6. Arrange the probabilities in descending order. So I have 0.6 and 0.4. Consider these two probabilities, assign a binary 0 and binary 1. So I can stop the procedure at this stage as I don't have further repetition. I have only two probabilities in stage 6, so I can stop the procedure. Now we are supposed to find out the code word. So we can just form a table. So in the table, first I have written the messages with the probabilities. Now we can go for the next column, that is the traced value. Let us see how to trace the value for message X1. So the message X1 follows this path. So I have just indicated with a dotted line. So along the path, no values are assigned in the procedure, right? Then it is taking the next path. Then it is coming to the last stage. So only the last stage we are assigned only 1. So the traced value for message X1 is 1. Similarly for X2 we can trace the path. So it is following this path, and while coming here we have assigned a 0 along the path. Then it is going the other way. Then it is taking this path. Again we have assigned a 0 along this path, and it is going like this. Finally it is ending here. So again there we have assigned 0. So along the path we have assigned 0, 0, 0. So the traced value is 0, 0, 0. Similarly, we can trace the path for X3. So X3, once we trace this, we don't have any value. So it is taking this path and it is coming this way. So here I have assigned a 0. Then it is going the above. So we have not assigned any value here. So it is coming this way. So once it comes this way, we have assigned a binary 1. So once we follow the path, the last value what we have assigned is 0. So along the path I have 0, 1, 0. So the traced value is 0, 1, 0. So for X4, so we are tracing the path. On the way we have 0. We have 1. We have 0. Again 0, right? So the traced value is 0, 1, 0, 0. Similarly, we can trace the path and obtain the value for X5 as 1, 1, 0, 0, X6 as 0, 1, 1, 0 and X7 as 1, 1, 1, 0. Now we are supposed to obtain the code word. So we know very well code word is just the reverse of the traced path. So once I reverse 1, it is 1, 0, 0, 0, again it is 0, 0, 0. So 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0 itself. So 0, 1, 0, 0, it is 0, 0, 1, 0. So 1, 1, 0, 0. So once I reverse this, I have 0, 0, 1, 1. So 0, 1, 1, 0. So if I reverse, I'll be getting 0, 1, 1, 0. And for X7, the code word is 0, 1, 1, 1. So next I can find out the length of the code word. So length of the code word is nothing but total number of bits available in the code word. So for the message X1, the code word is 1 and number of bits is also 1. So length is 1. Similarly for X2, the code word is 0, 0, 0. So the length of the code word is 3. So I can obtain the length for the remaining code words. It's 3. So I have 4 bits here. So it is 4. Again for X5, the code word has 4 bits. So it is 4, 4 and 4. So the next column, I can just obtain the product of PK and LK. So I'm just going to multiply the LK value with the corresponding probability value. So the first row pk is 0.4 and lk is 1. So the product is 0.4. So for the message x2, the probability is 0.2 and lk value is 3. So 3 into 0.2 will be 0.6. So similarly, 3 into 0.12 is 0.36. 4 into 0.08 is 0.32. Again we have 0.32, 0.32. Finally 0.04 into 4 will be 0.16. So now we can calculate the average code word length. It's given by L bar, which is nothing but summation k equal to 1 to m pk into lk. So once I sum up all the values of pk and lk, I'll get 2.48 for this problem. So we can calculate the entropy. So the entropy is given by h of x, which is equal to summation k equal to 1 to m pk log of 1 by pk to base 2. And here the m value is 7 since we have 7 different messages. So I've just substituted all the probabilities, that is 0.4 log of 1 by 0.4 to base 2 plus 0.2 log of 1 by 0.2 to base 2, 0.12 log of 1 by 0.1 to base 2 plus 3 times into 0.08 because I have 0.08 3 times. So log of 1 by 0.08 to base 2 plus 0.4 log of 1 by 0.04 to base 2. So once we simplify this, the entropy is 2.421 bits per symbol. Finally, we can calculate the efficiency, which is given as the ratio of entropy by average code word length, that is h of x divided by L bar. So substituting the values as 2.421 divided by 2.48, we get the efficiency for the given problem as 97.6%. Thank you.